There are two lies they tell you about why you can't put the phone down. The first says it's a dopamine problem. Detox it, block it, gray out the screen. The second says you're just undisciplined. Grind through it, force the focus. Both are wrong, because both think the problem is the distraction. It isn't. Here is what is actually happening. Watch how fast your hand moves the next time a room goes quiet. To the phone, to the noise, to anything. You don't even decide to do it. The silence lands, and you are already reaching. You are not addicted. You are not weak. You are running. And Carl Jung knew exactly what from, and knew that the thing you are fleeing is the only thing that could ever save you. Because silence doesn't feel unbearable when you're bored. It feels unbearable when someone is waiting in it. So let me say the true thing plainly. You are not bored in the quiet. You are afraid of who is in there with you. Every time the noise stops, a door swings open onto a room you have never once walked into. And there is a man in that room. You. Not the one you perform, the real one, with your actual life in his hands. And you would rather do anything, reach for anything, than sit down across from him. It is not the phone you can't put down. It is the silence you can't pick up. Jung watched this happen 100 years ago, before any screen existed. In 1928, in an essay called The Spiritual Problem of Modern Man, he described a man cut loose from his own depths, uneasy with the emptiness inside him, filling it with endless outer motion, busyness, noise, activity for its own sake, anything to keep from turning around and going down. Because you have a basement, Jung called it the unconscious, and everything you never faced is down there. The shadow you won't look at, the grief you skipped, the want you buried, the self you shelved to keep the machine running. To go quiet, even for a minute, is to feel the first stair under your foot. So you don't go quiet. You keep the noise up and the lights on, and you call it being busy. Your ancestors ran from what could kill them, and they hid in caves. You run from yourself, and you hide in a screen. The phone is not a dopamine machine. It is a cave. You crawl into it every single time the descent threatens to start. You think you are passing the time. You are avoiding a person. And here is the part that should scare you enough to stop. Every year you keep running, the basement fills, and the man down there, the one holding your real life, waits longer and speaks quieter and gets harder to hear. Run long enough and you reach the end of a life you were never actually inside. Some men run outward forever, busier, louder, more. Others break the other way and go numb and stop running only because they stopped feeling anything worth running from. That is a different flight, and I have a whole video on it. But make no mistake, both are the same move. Both are ways of not being in the room. So if you stop running, what do you actually do? Not a dopamine detox, not another app. The silence is asking three things of you. The first, catch the reach. Before you change anything, just watch it. For 1 week, notice the exact instant your hand goes for the phone, and name what happened 1 second before it moved. The room went quiet. A feeling started. A thought surfaced. You will find the reach is always an escape from something specific. So name the thing you fled every time. Don't fix it, just see it. The second, sit in one quiet room on purpose and don't run. One room, no screen, no noise. 10 minutes to start. And when it gets unbearable, stay, because unbearable is the sound of the door opening. The discomfort is not a problem to solve. It is the man in the basement, knocking. 10 minutes a day, sitting with whatever climbs the stairs. The third, let the first thing that surfaces be true. When you finally hold still, something comes up. Usually the exact thing you have spent years outrunning. A grief, a regret, a self you abandoned. Do not scroll it away this time. Follow it down. That is the descent Jung meant. That is the meeting. Whatever surfaces in the quiet, write one honest sentence about it, and let it be real. Here is the bill the noise runs up that no one adds for you. A man who cannot be alone with himself can never truly be with anyone else. He has never met the person he would be bringing. So every room he shares becomes two people hiding from themselves in each other's company and calling it closeness. The descent you keep fleeing is not a detour from your life. It is the work of it. The self you are avoiding is the one you were born to become. And on the far side of the silence is not emptiness. It is the first solid ground you have ever stood on. The man who runs never arrives anywhere. The man who sits still finally gets somewhere. The one place that was always his. So this is the man on the other side. He can sit in a quiet room and not reach for anything. He's not bored there. He's home. The noise lost its grip on him the day he stopped being afraid of the one it had been drowning out. If the running finally stops, and what you find underneath is not fear, but flatness, a whole life gone gray and numb, that is the other flight. And I walked the whole way through it in the video on why you lost interest in everything. Watch that one next. But tonight, when the room goes quiet and your hand starts to move, don't. Let it stay quiet. Let the door open. The man you have been running from your entire life is the only one who can tell you who you are. And he has been waiting a long time. I'll see you in the next one.